Grand opening, grand closing.
Welcome, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers. It's your only friend these YouTube streets, Puerto77, and I'm back with another video, right? If you've been following me, you've probably seen comments I'm saying on how the Xbox community is probably home to some of the most uninformed gamers in gaming across all the gaming fan bases, whether it's mobile gamers, PC gamers, PlayStation gamers, Nintendo gamers, cloud gamers, whatever category gamers out there. Xbox by far produced the most uninformed gamers, and it's just sad, right? And that they probably is the reason why a lot of gaming conversations really turn to shit, right? Because most of the stuff is made up. They go by feelings. They refuse to use facts, data, and stuff like that. They just go by what feels right, and ultimately just a concubine over Xbox, and it just really killed gaming conversation stuff. But here's just another example of this one, right? You got this Xbox fanboy, whatever. He creates this meme, right, using $40 Firestick to stream games on another big screen. And obviously, you know, the meme with Drake using $200 Portal to stream games on an 8-inch screen, right? And what's funny is you got in the replies in the comments section, like, people don't realize like the two don't correlate, right? Let's see some of the reactions. But it's true. PlayStation fan has been singling the praise of the 8-inch Portal since release and telling everyone they don't understand how stream gaming can actually be good. Now it's bad all of a sudden. No, that's not what's going on. It's true. PlayStation users are streaming their games from the PlayStation 5 console. Meanwhile, Xbox games are being streaming from the cloud, which doesn't require the Xbox to be on. No, it's not true. Again, you're not even understanding. Even the guy who did the post, he doesn't understand. He replies, "Gonna cry?" And I told him, "Why would I cry? You actually help prove my point. If anything, thank you. Like, keep making those posts. You every time you post, you prove that the Xbox community is by far the most uninformed community." Here's another one. This is the same thing. Both cloud gaming, one is just worse because you need a console and the streaming. Both are not the best experiences. One costs $750 to do, the other's $400 plus membership. You see? Another Xbox gamer, dumb, uneducated, uninformed, but I'm here. I'm here to help you. I'm here to do the job that clearly people in your Xbox community fails to do. Whether it's content creators, journalists, bloggers, they just not simply helping you Xbox gamers out. Like, you guys are just so far off the mark, and it's no wonder you guys don't know really what's going on. All right. Weren't they bragging about playing stuff on their phones and fridges? I think Portal is dumb, but I'm consistent. Having Game Pass on Firestick is awesome. Best gaming service on more platforms, sure. Let's see. Let's see some of the guys that also seems pretty on point to me. What's wrong with it? Is this wrong? It's literally correct. Oh man, this is, and some of these guys aren't fanboys. I'm not gonna say they're fanboys. I'm just saying because they listen to fanboys. They listen to really content creators that just don't know what they're talking about. It's really hard to really set shit right. So somebody's got to do it, right? All right. So let me help you out. Let me help you out while the comparison is downright stupid. Okay. So this is the difference between the two. Using a Fire Stick to stream games is another big screen. The point of xCloud and Fire Stick is they're promoting, and this is Xbox own words, no console required. So literally, this is your gaming platform. Your Fire Stick is your gaming platform. It's how you decide to play games. You're foregoing hardware, you're foregoing systems, you're foregoing physical platforms, and now Game Pass via the Fire Stick is your way of accessing games and play games, right? That is fine, and it's for a specific audience. It's for the audience that don't want to play on consoles no more, right? They have easily accessible devices, which they already own, whether it's a Samsung TV, a laptop, PC, or in this case, a Fire Stick. All you got to do is just buy a controller, sign up for the subscription service, and boom, you now have access to a whole bunch of games. That is not the same of what Portal is doing. It's two different things. All right. What Portal's doing, it is appeasing people who do want consoles. It's literally an accessory for the PlayStation 5 console. Portal is for PS5 gamers. It's for them, right? Primarily. And those gamers that bought the Portal, they want a good remote play device. So they can play games that's on their PS5 on the go or remote anywhere over Wi-Fi, however they want to do it. That's the audience for the PlayStation 5, for the PlayStation Portal. That's two separate audiences. People who decide to go on Game Pass via Firestick and says, you know what? I don't like Xbox, I don't like whatever, but I'm willing to do that. I'll pay $15, whatever the monthly fee is. I already have a Firestick. Let me just get a controller, connect it to Bluetooth. Boom, I could play some games. That's a totally separate audience, right? Now, are there PlayStation gamers like that shitty? Yes. There's a lot of gamers saying that shitty because they want to play on console. They want their hardware natively. They don't want to play on cloud streaming and let that be their gaming platform. Okay, for multiple reasons. One, they don't want to rely on just at-home gaming via cloud streaming. They want the console. PlayStation 5 gamers want their PS5. They want all the bells and whistles of what comes to playing natively. In fact, PlayStation 5 gamers or even 4 gamers, they don't want to play their PS3 games over streaming. Right now, the only way you could play PS3 games, right, the majority of the PS3 library that's on the PSN, the PS Plus tier, is through streaming. PlayStation gamers don't want that. They want to natively download the game, install it on the hardware that they're playing on, whether it's PS4 or PS5, and play it, natively. So cloud streaming taking over console is not what Portal's doing, whatever. That's not what they want. Okay, that's why the two doesn't align. The PlayStation Portal is just a remote device to give the best remote experience for PlayStation 5 gamers to play content on their PS5. Now, of course, the counter is going to be, well, you can already do that on phones, on tablets, and all this stuff. But apparently, it just wasn't a great experience. Because notice, people are now, or ever since Portal got announced, they're mentioning all this stuff, but only as a counter argument to Portal. But they never really mentioned it just to mention it of how great everything is. No one really talked about it, right? So sometimes you have an idea, right? But if the idea isn't providing a great experience, no one really cares until you actually get that one device that actually makes the idea a great experience to play. And that's what Portal did. Portal made remote play for PS5 popular. In fact, if I can show you, let me go back one. I will show you that even like the analysts was very surprised on how successful. So here's a tweet from App Puerto77 once again from last month. PlayStation Portal was the best-selling accessory in dollar sales for both April and 2024 year to date. That means here in America, the number one selling accessory so far is the PlayStation Portal. That means it's beating out controllers. Controllers that everybody buys, even pro controllers. The PlayStation 5 Pro controller, the Xbox Elite controllers, whatever. It's beating out all of that. This is the number one selling accessory in gaming out right now so far the entire year, right? Even he made a tweet and other people were like, they were really surprised. Even I was really surprised how successful the PlayStation Portal is because it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's providing that great remote experience, but it's an actual great experience. Sure, you can say I could do it on my phone, but your phone's not providing that remote experience that the PlayStation 5 Portal is, right? Sure, you could do it on your laptop. Again, you're not providing that same experience. It's all about the experience for remote play. Now, you could bring up other shit, but on my phone, I can do this, I can do that. Sure. But people who are buying the PlayStation Portal, they're not doing it because they want to go on Netflix or they want all these other stuff. They know what they're specifically buying. They want a dedicated device that provides remote play with the PS5 at its best. And so far, nothing else has topped it. Nothing. When it comes to that and what it's designed to do, there's no other better product out there. And that's what people want. Sometimes some people don't want a jack of all trades. They simply want a master at that one thing. Right? You don't need, if you want a jack of all trade device, then obviously go for the phone, go for the Asus, go for whatever device. Get your jack of all trades. But when a person wants a master at something, and in this case, remote play, Portal can't be beat. There is no other device that plays it that looks as good, that provides the DualSense feature, all that, all in one package, right? It's just how it is. This is not the same though when it comes to talking about Firestick. Firestick is literally being advertised as you don't have to buy an Xbox. That's literally the main thing. Microsoft keeps constantly saying that. No console required. Don't have a console, not a problem. That's the point of Game Pass, right? But here's the thing. I call bullshit on the whole no console required. I said this multiple times. If you strictly play on cloud gaming, xCloud, and you have no hardware device, you are not getting the full Xbox experience. You're not. How? You're thinking, what are you talking about, Puerto Rock? I'm going to let you know. Get rid of your Xbox if you think you get the full experience. Get rid of it. And just play on Firestick and cloud streaming. Just play on there. And then come talk to me when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out and see if you're able to play it. Go ahead. I dare you. Dare you. No balls. Come on. Step up. Say it with your chest. Say no console required when Grand Theft Auto 6. Yeah, exactly. Sit your punk ass down. Because when you stick with just Firestick and Game Pass, xCloud, you are limited to only what Game Pass library has. You can't play everything. You cannot play the entire catalog of games that are on Xbox. It's only games that's on Game Pass. That means when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, it's not on Game Pass, bro. It's not on Game Pass. So when you're playing on your Firestick and you're like, yeah, whatever, and Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, you ain't playing that game. Sorry. You want to play that game on Xbox? You got to get a console or play it on PC or PlayStation if you want to play it. If you want to play the game, you need a hardware device of some type. You see what I'm saying? So even when you do cloud gaming, especially, with Game Pass, whatever, it's a limited library. Sure, there's a lot of games on Game Pass, but there's going to be a lot of games that if they're not on Game Pass, you don't have access to. Now, this is where people continue to not understand their own platform. Let me see if I could find one of the tweets. It was in the comment section, and I'm like, man, these people don't even know their own platform, man. This shit is crazy. Like, people don't even know their own platform. This just goes towards more of the miseducation, right? Here we go. What is it? Let's go. Here we go. Okay, here we go. So Guns Game, he says, not really. You can stream games you own too. So what's the difference here, bud? Okay. No, it's not the same. Because on the Fire Stick, if you choose that's how you want to play, you don't own hardware or whatever, you don't own any games. You can't buy games on the Game Pass and download onto your Fire Stick. It is strictly pure cloud streaming. Okay. Now, if you're talking about if you are already an Xbox owner, meaning you own the console, you can play games online, through streaming. Yes, that's called remote play. That's not Game Pass. That's remote play. Don't confuse the two. These guys don't even know the technologies on the consoles they camp for. Like Xbox Xbox content creators, can you educate your peoples, please? Like, I gotta do this shit. Like, really, you guys can't help your own community out. They're up in there. They support you, all this shit. The least you can do is not have these guys act dumb on the internet. Educate these fools. They don't know shit about their own console. The fuck? I gotta do this shit? Like, come on. Step your game up and educate people, please. Because these guys are dumb. Don't confuse Xbox Remote Play, which is its own thing, with Game Pass. You're on Game Pass. You're on Fire Stick. No. One, you ain't gonna own any games. Because it's not an a la carte sell. So, sorry. You don't own any games. If you don't have an Xbox console, you don't have PC, you don't have hardware, and you want to live this no console future or no console whatever, you're just going to, subscribe to Game Pass, boom. Pay your $15, $20 a month, whatever the service costs, and play your games there. You don't own anything. And you're not playing Grand Theft Auto 6. And the reason why I'm using Grand Theft Auto 6 as a specific example, because it's going to be one of the biggest games of this gen, and you can't play it. Facts. But on PlayStation 5, when the gamers buy it on PlayStation 5, the people who have the PlayStation Portal, they can play it. Because they're just simply remoting a game they bought and own on the PS5 they own. So it's a totally different concept, totally different consumer, totally different expectation. So the comparison is just nonsense. And the fact you got all these guys, like literally not understanding the difference is just mind-boggling. It's absolutely mind-boggling. But again, Xbox content creators, this is all your fault. Because you got guys like this. They don't really understand what's going on and stuff like that, okay? Let's see who else. Anybody else right here? Right here. Let me start this. Gamers for Life Media. This is the same thing. Both cloud gaming, one is just worse because you need a console and it's streaming. Both are not the best experience. One costs $750 to do, the other's $40 plus an ownership. All right, again, Gamers for Life Media, right? I don't blame you because the people you follow don't educate you, but I'm going to educate you. The people who chose to stream on a Portal is people who want to buy a PlayStation 5. They want the PlayStation 5. The Firestick is the people who don't want an Xbox console or any console. They just want to stream on their Firestick and that's it. They're good with that. They pay their membership. They already have the Firestick. They buy a controller and they're good. Two different expectations, two different audiences, two different things. The people who buy a Portal want just to remote play on shit they own. PlayStation 5. People on Firestick, they don't even want an Xbox. They're good with just the limited library Game Pass provides until they realize they can't play Grand Theft Auto 6. Then that's a problem. Or who knows any other game, right? It is what it is. There's going to be a lot of stuff they're not going to have access to if you just strictly stick with the Fire Stick and Game Pass. Completely different thing, okay? So now let's just remove the nonsense and let's just recap. Two different audiences, two different expectations. One is the expectation of no consoles. You're not even gonna own games. You're strictly gonna play and stream games that's on the Game Pass library. Portal is for the people who have a PlayStation 5, have content on the PlayStation 5, and they just want a device that provides the best experience for remote play out of any other choices and options out there for remote play. Totally different thing. The PS5, people who are hyping Portal, they're not hyping no console required. They're not saying, oh, I don't need a console or streaming is the future, whatever. They mainly play on their PS5. The Portal is just an accessory. So, move on to the next topic. Hopefully, you Xbox dudes finally get educated. I don't know what's going on around here. But please, just stop this nonsense. Stop capping. Let's talk about Nintendo Switch, because now I got to help Nintendo Switch guys out now. This shit is crazy. So, we got Paul Gale, and let me read what he said. He said, since Nintendo Switch 2 looks like it will be closer in capabilities, overall power performance to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series, I don't know where he got that from. He doesn't cite a source. So no cited source on where he got that assumption. But let's continue. Then Nintendo Switch was to PS4 and Xbox One, and that Nintendo is this time around going into next generation as the former gen's market leader. I believe its third-party support is going to be stronger out the gate. So his first paragraph is, with no citing sources, that the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be closer in parity with the Xbox Series S and X and the PlayStation 5 as compared to how far removed Nintendo Switch was with PS4 and Xbox One. And then since the Nintendo Switch was the market leader, which I disagree, is not the market leader, sold a lot of hand units, but to me, market leader is the one that gets the biggest games. Nintendo's not getting the biggest games from third party. Sorry. But anyway, different conversation. But that's why he's predicting. Now, moving on, also thanks to its more modern architecture that once again is more new than the equivalent scenario last gen, Nintendo Switch 2 should continuously have greater third-party support for several years is out. When three platforms are existing and the one that is least strong overall but still capable of running the visions of developer out there is also the best selling, it will likely become the base in which games are made for and then get upscale for others. I agree with that statement, right? If you have a console that might be the weakest of the three, but generally within the same window, but is by far the most popular, then that's going to be the baseline. Perfect example is the PlayStation 2 gen. PlayStation 2, out of the remaining consoles, because Dreamcast left, right? Dreamcast got booted out. It was GameCube, Xbox, OG Xbox, and PlayStation 2. GameCube and OG Xbox were more powerful consoles. Not by much, but they were. But PlayStation 2 dominated the industry. So that was the baseline. So he does have a point. We missed out on some big third-party games. Nintendo Switch missed out on fewer. No, it missed out on big third-party games. Switch is bad. You're not getting Grand Theft Auto 6 on the Switch, despite 130 million sales. There's a lot of big games that's not on the Switch. Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be Nintendo's best in terms of third-party support ever. I don't know about ever, because now you're competing with NES and Super NES. But we'll see. Indies are going to be very important too, to have consistent new games to play this generation. Bring it on. And here's to Indie Man this September. Okay, so that's his point. I replied saying this because his point was the technology in the Switch. I replied, the Asus ROG Ally X, which comes out in July. It's not even out yet. Not even out. is brand new technology that you can pre-order. That's not even on the level of the PlayStation 5. And that thing is $800. Some places are obviously raising the price $900 to $1,000, but I think MSRP is around $799. The Asus ROG Ally X at $800 in 2024, brand new off the minted block, is still not on PS5 level. It's a 1080p handheld. Now, I'm not saying that the Asus ROG Ally is a bad deal. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is when you try to miniaturize technology, it's more expensive because you're miniaturizing it. You're like shrinking it down. And Asus ROG Ally is a X that's coming out. I think it launches the second week of July. $800 and it's 1080p, bro. And you think the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be on the level of the PS5? What the hell you think it's going to cost, right? And Nintendo does not subsidize the sales of their consoles or their the devices. In this case, a handheld, which we're going to talk about it. Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be sold for profit day one. Day one. They're not going to subsidize and lose money. So unless you expect the Nintendo Switch 2 to be $1,200, it's nowhere near going to be. It's nowhere near going to be the Series S. At best, PS4 Pro. Not even Xbox One X. Maybe PS4 Pro. At best. Maybe in between a PS4 Pro, Xbox One X. Maybe if you're lucky, Xbox One X in the most extreme, luckiest sense. Especially if Nintendo is going to keep it at around $400, $500. $500 remaining price tag, and I don't think they're going to do $500 because, again, Nintendo knows their audience. It's primarily a family-friendly. Yes, adults can play it, but they know a lot of people, a lot of families, a lot of parents buy their kids Nintendo stuff. It's a huge market for them. It's going to be challenging to sell $500 Switch to that market. So I could see $400. And if they stick to $400, you're not getting anything near that level. Just stop. You're not going to get a miniaturized Xbox Series S for $400. Stop it. Stop this nonsense. Right? Now let's look at some of the price, because this is where the argument comes into. Of course, you got just right here, because since I mentioned Ally ROG X, this moron, and it's embarrassing that he's Puerto Rican. Like, god damn, I really hate to doing my own peoples. And it's a stupido. He's saying, am I stupid? Oh Lord, it's a handheld, Riri, right? But I had to remind him, so is the Switch. Nintendo Switch is a handheld, dummy, right? And then this is where it gets problems, right? Because I mentioned that the Switch is a handheld. Now everybody, if I remember correctly in this chat, started saying that no, it's a hybrid, and I'm like, what the fuck? Was it this one, or was it my reply to here? I think it was when I replied to here. Oh, here you go. I told them wishful thinking. Asus ROG Ally is $800, and that is not on the level of the PS5 Series X. It's not even close, right? Okay. Chris, I didn't even see Chris. He says he didn't say we'll be on the same level. He's saying the gap between them won't be as big as the Switch or PS4. Switch 2 is said to be around PS4 and PS4 Pro, but the newer tech will be more capable than the PS4 bringing whatever. Okay. Let me reply to Chris. The gap between Asus ROG Ally, XR LX, and PS5 is huge. And again, that's at $800. Is Nintendo ready? Is Nintendo ready to sell $1,000 Switch? $1,000 Switch? You see me reply live. Nintendo Switch. Because you know. Switch. Because Switch, Nintendo does not subsidize, does not take a loss. I'll put that. Take a loss on hardware sale. A $400 Switch A $400 Switch. A $400 Switch. A $400 Switch. Yeah. PS4 Pro is probably PS4 Pro is probably what you're looking at. It's probably what you're looking at, and you're not gonna be a market leader going. Market leader, third party. You're not gonna be a third party market leader with PS4 Pro hardware, PS4 Pro level hardware. Accept your fate. Accept Nintendo's fate. Just accept Nintendo's fate. Just accept Nintendo's fate. Nintendo's fate as come on, Nintendo's fate as buy Switch for first party. Let's see. The gap between Aces Royal and PS5 is huge, and again, that's at $800. Is Nintendo ready to sell? I put sales. It should be sell $1,000 Switch, because I'm gonna put $1,000 plus, because it's true. Because you know Nintendo. I forgot the end right here, huh? Nintendo does not take a loss on hardware sales. My God, I have it backwards. There we go. A $400 Switch? Yeah, PS4 Pro is probably what you're looking at. Let me take out that period. Put a comma. And that's not it, buddy. Come on. And you're not going to be a third-party market leader with PS5 Pro level hardware. Just accept Nintendo's fate as buy Switch 2 for first party. That's pretty much it. Like, bro, y'all expecting too much. Let's see. What was the conversation? Because there was like a whole argument that I had on this thing about how I'm gonna show you guys. It was a whole argument on what Nintendo's defined as. That it was hybrid, not a hybrid. It was ridiculous. Let me go back to go back here. Let me find you guys, right? Just to show you guys. You know what? I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm not gonna waste your time. So in my tweet, in my replies and stuff like that, between having this conversation, everybody, lots of Nintendo gamers like, it's a hybrid, and I'm like, no, it's a handheld. Switch is a handheld. Let's not lie. Let's not all. Even right now, as you're giving me, you're probably about to argue, Puerto Rico, it is a hybrid. It's a hybrid. No, it's a handheld. It's a handheld that just simply you're able to connect to your TV. Let's all not whatchamacallit, pretend it's anything more than that. All right, I'm gonna help you out here. I'm gonna help you guys out. And I wish I could go back. I have a lot of bullshit on my timeline, don't I? Let me see. Jesus Christ, I have a lot of stuff here. I think it was here. Was it here? No, this ain't it. That's another conversation on Still a Braid. Holy cow! Where are you? This is. Let's see. Anyway, so the conversation was that, right? About. I wish I could show you guys. I really want to show you, so that way you guys think I'm not. Even though you guys know I don't make shit up. I hope I'm not annoying some of y'all. Be like, hurry up, Puerto Rock. We ain't got all day. He said, you'd be surprised how something could just move on. Okay, here we go. There you go. Boom. So this was it right here, right? So I guess, so it came to this one. It's when, Sean Lane was talking about better off as one home console. I replied saying home console, PlayStation, handheld, Nintendo, Windows Gaming, Microsoft. Perfectly balanced. I think that's the perfect scenario to perfectly balance everything out, right? So when I made this, people come in. Nintendo's a home console no matter how you try to twist it. So now you're saying Xbox PC then. You guys really need to make up your mind. And 3, this is all wrong anyway. Well, 1, again, that's an Xbox gamer. Not surprised he doesn't know what he's talking about. So I had to help him out. Switch is a handheld. You can connect the Asus ROG to a TV as well, and yet it's still a handheld. That's facts. I didn't say anything about Xbox. So I don't know why I even said Xbox and PC, whatever. I didn't even bring up Xbox. I said Microsoft should just be, Windows Gaming, Microsoft. The word Xbox not even there. With that, in this thread, everybody, Nintendo makes console. Doesn't matter if they can be handheld or not. No, it's a handheld. Let's see who else. Let's see who else is arguing. Do you think that Sony are your friends? I guess you want to pay $1,000 for a PS7 with $100 games. If a PS7 is $1,000, then get a PC. It's not like MS provided any console competition. It's true. No one really provided console competition. Now, everybody thinks because without Xbox, PlayStation is going to start selling $10,000 things. That's just not how it works. Nintendo is home console as well as a handheld. No. Who else? Let's see how many more people are saying that. Home, handheld console, Nintendo. No, sorry. Try again. Let's see. Switch is a handheld and a home console. No, it's not. I'm going to explain. I know. I'm just going down to show you how many people bid into this whole Nintendo's a home console. I'm going to help you out. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. I'm focusing. Let's see. Where's the Nintendo guys? Nintendo is in the handheld business, not consoles. Their consoles are blocked in 2010. I don't know what he mean by that, but they are in the handheld business. Switch is both. No, it's not. It's not both. Home console plus handheld. No. Let's see. PlayStation Portal, Switch, Steam Deck, PC. He's just complaining about complaining. Anyway, so let me help you out. Let me help you guys out. Okay. For those of you that think Switch is a hybrid console, both handheld and console. First, I think you guys need to know what the definition hybrid means. So let's start there. Let's start with what a hybrid means. So, hybrid. One definition is the offspring of two plants or animals of different species or varieties, such as a mule, a hybrid of a donkey, and a horse. Okay, so for animals, two different components when combined. The second definition, a thing made by combining two different elements, a mixture. So far, the first two definitions means there's two different things that you combined. That's what creates a hybrid. Okay. And then it's adjectives, right? Bred as a hybrid from different species and whatever. So ultimately, hybrid is two different things. Let's use cars, for example. You have cars that are fuel based, and then you have cars that are all electric. But when you combine the two, fuel and electric, into one vehicle, they're called hybrids. That's the key. Two different things. So now let's look at the Switch. So you got this handheld that, you play portably, whatever. That's the first element. What's the second element that they combined that made it into a hybrid? If you said the docking station, you are wrong, because the docking station is just a glorified HDMI input. It just makes it easier to connect it to the big screen. The hybrid doesn't do anything other than, shows the image on the handheld onto a bigger screen. That's all it does. It is not a second element. So what's the second element that adds the console part? Where is the console element into this? Because simply displaying it on a big screen doesn't automatically make it a console. Right now, you're looking at the screen right now, right? The screen, you see the Switch, right? This laptop, I have it on an HDMI cable connected to my TV. That's how you are able to see this imaging right here. This imaging, that right here, this is all on my TV, on my Samsung right now. That's all you're seeing right now. Because I have my laptop and an HDMI cable connected to one of the HDMI ports. Is my laptop a console now too? All I did is just project an image onto the screen. That's it. So no, simply displaying image on a TV. So let's say if I take my PlayStation 5 and connect it on a PC monitor, my PlayStation 5 is a PC? No. So where is the second element of the Switch? There isn't any. If Switch was supposed to be an actual hybrid, this is how it would work. Okay. Now, I don't know. Once again, some of you Nintendo content creators do better. Educate your fan base, please. Okay. Why it's got to be on me to do the work? All right. This would be an actual hybrid. You have the Nintendo Switch, right? The actual Switch device. That's the handheld. Then when you dock it, the dock has its own actual components, its own processor, its own GPU, its own memory, right? So now the dock takes over. So, for example, if you play on handheld, your Switch, you're playing a game, let's say at 540p, 30 frames per second, whatever. But because you docked it, the actual architecture of the dock now takes over. And now you're playing the game at 720p 60, 1080p 30, a little bit better fidelity and all that stuff. That's the hybrid. One element, handheld, the Switch. The second element, the dock with its own components that takes over in dock mode, and now you're playing the game in a much better performance, visuals, fidelity as compared to the handheld mode. When you combine them together, hybrid. You're welcome. You're welcome. But the Switch doesn't do that. That dock is just a glorified HDMI input. That's it. It's just a fancy way to display it on any TV screen in a simple manner. Okay? That's it. That's all it does. There's no second element to this. It's a handheld. It stays on a handheld. Just because now you're displaying it on a bigger screen, you're just displaying a handheld on a bigger screen. That's it. You want a true hybrid? Then you need to tell Nintendo that if they add, they go with this docking method, the dock needs to do something other than just project it on the screen, just show it on the screen. Have its own components for better performance, better fidelity, better all that stuff. Now you're talking a hybrid. All right? Nintendo content creators, please educate your community and stop this nonsense because everybody's looking dumb out in these streets. Anyway, if you found this video informative, hit the like button. I hope you enjoy it. Share this out to your fellow Xbox and Nintendo gamers. They could use some education out there because they're off the rails. They're wilding out on these streets, okay? And let them know Professor Porter Rock got them. Your only friend is YouTube Streets, Porter77. And I'm out of here. You guys take care. Peace.
Grand opening, grand closing.